So today we'll be doing uh, the intro sets because I'm not much sure about the cue cards yet. There is no authentic information about which cue cards have been asked. So we'll do the intro sets. They are always the same. There's hardly any change of one or two are added. We'll come to know those also in just 2-3 more days. So when we do the intro sets, this is my personal experience. It is not given anywhere like that. But what I have noticed is that students who do well in the intro sets score quite a good band score, and students who get nervous in the intro sets, even if their cue card and follow-ups go very well, they don't score so high. So intro sets are very important, and these are the most neglected questions while preparing for the IELTS speaking, because every student thinks that 1-2 line answers we'll give. Let us focus on the cue card and let us focus on the follow-up questions. Intro sets are very, very important, because when you enter the exam, go for the interview, the first set of questions asked is the intro sets, and they last for 3 to 5 minutes. And in 3 to 5 minutes, you create an impression on the examiner about your level of English. Okay, so you should answer them well. And another thing which most of the students think is that you just have to give one-line answers, one sentence answers, which is not correct. Okay. Till the examiner throws the next question at you, you should go on speaking. Okay. So when my son went for his IELTS speaking, I used to tell him that speak as much lengthy answer for the intro sets also as you are allowed to, like till the examiner throws the next question. And he would say, no, it's not like that. Intro sets are meant to be short and sweet. So, but the moment he came out of the examination hall, he said, Mom, you were right. Because I was speaking and speaking, he was listening. The examiner was listening. So, it's not speaking lengthy answers. It's just speaking till the examiner throws the next question at you. Okay. Don't give the impression, if the examiner asks me, I know your name, my name is Kiranpreet Kaur. Then pause. Now it is your turn. Don't give that impression. Okay. Just go on speaking naturally and fluently. Okay, so if anybody asks you your name, what's your name, you can say my name is Kiranpreet. It means a ray of light with love. It was given by my grandfather. My mother tells me that it was suggested by my grandfather. The first alphabet was taken from the holy book, and then my grandfather suggested this name. This name has been my identity for the last so many years, jitne bhi years hai, jitni aapki age hai, and then I am proud of my name. It brings in positive feelings within me. Okay, so you can go on speaking even on a simple question like, may I know your name? Got it? Okay, so one question that is commonly asked, how may I address you? So how will you answer that, Nimi? Daisy.
Hello, ma'am.
Just tell me, Dharman.
You can call me Nimmi.
Yes. Dharman, how may I see your ID?
Sorry, I don't have ID.
No. You always have an ID when you go for the IELTS interview. Okay, so you should tell the exam.
Yeah, but I did not register myself still.
No, it's okay. But you have to practice answering as you have to answer that in the examination hall. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
So you'll say, here is my passport. Okay?
Yeah.
Here is my passport. Open the first page of the passport, point it towards the examiner and say, here is my passport. Right? It is a very, polite way to answer this question.
Yeah.
Where do you come from?
I'm coming from Afghanistan.
Yeah, I know. Kavita, where do you come from? Kavita, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Kavita,
Yeah.
where do you come from?
Yeah, I come from Nasik, Maharashtra. And it's a very small city having a cold weather.
Throughout the year, cold weather?
No. Yeah. Means mostly the cold weather compared to the other cities in Maharashtra.
Okay. So you can say pleasant. Maharashtra में cold कहाँ होता है? Have you seen the cold weather of North India?
Yeah.
हाँ. So that's
Okay.
okay. It's fine. You have answered quite well. Okay. Next
Okay.
question, Gurjot. Um,
Yes, ma'am.
are you a student or are you working?
Currently, I'm working with the company.
Okay. Why did you choose this job?
Uh, like from the starting of my study, I was having a dream that I have to work for a software company. So I started. So I tried many times, and it was my dream to have this job. Actually.
Gurjot, you've answered very well. But for the average students, I would tell you one thing that, examiners have also been given certain criteria to do the marking. So when they ask you any did question, why did you choose this job? What is the word they are looking for? They are looking for the second form of the verb. That is choose in this. Why did you choose this job? I chose this job. The moment you use the correct second form of the verb, your answer is correct. Gurjot has answered pretty well because he hasn't used this verb at all, but he's answered with the correct tense. Correct. But otherwise, this is a easy way to get the required band score for the average students. Like, you should use the second form of the verb that is there. Mostly students will say, I choose this job. I chose this job. So what is the second form of choose? Chose. I chose this job. Okay. Do you like your job? Yes, Gurjot.
I really feel relish while doing this because it was my dream job.
It is my dream job, you can say. Okay.
Okay, sure.
You are still
But
doing it.
currently, I'm doing it. That's why it was a dream.
It is your dream job. No? You're doing it. So it is your
Okay.
dream job.
Sure.
Okay. Do you live in a house or an apartment, Richa? You there?
I stay in hostel as I am a working staff.
You stay in a hostel.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, okay. What is your favorite room in your house?
Personally, it is my personal bedroom. I love it because I had decorated it as I like. Everything is arranged according to me. I had
according to हमेशा third person के लिए use करते हैं. Okay. Everything has been arranged as per my liking. Okay. As I like. Okay. What are the transport facilities to your home very good? Are the transport facilities to your home very good? Lakhveer, would you like to answer? Are the transport facilities to your home very good?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody may answer.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, here the transportation is very well. It's punctual.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now, what is the
everything is-
difference? What is the difference between well and good? You
Well-
said transport facility is very well. Well and good.
Yeah.
The two forms of this are good, better, best, and well, better, best. But what is the difference between well and good? Well
It is actually
well is an adverb and good is an adjective. So when you have to describe some quality of a noun, it should be good. Transport facility is very well is wrong because transport facility is a noun. It is very good. Okay.
okay.
She dances very well. What dances is verb. She dances very well. Then that is correct. Well. Okay.
Mhm.
But here for the transport facility, you cannot use well. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Aman,
Yes.
what is the one thing you like about your hometown?
I like my
What is the one thing you like about your hometown?
I like many things about my hometown, but the paint of my hometown is my favorite.
Paint? Paint? Hometown ka? Are you
Yeah.
living in Jaipur? Sara pink hai jo.
No.
Jaipur is a pink city. Everything's pink over there, right? So hometown के लिए paint use करोगे, home के लिए कर सकते हो ना, but not for hometown.
Oh, hometown. Oh, okay.
What is the one thing
Sorry.
what is the one thing? See, this is also, that is why I've prepared the formats. How many of you have heard about my formats? Formats are the basic intro sets. So, you know, they are asked like, what is the one thing you like about your hometown? You should start with the one thing I like about my hometown is the people. All the people of my hometown are very, very nice and friendly. Okay, you can say the one thing I like about my hometown is the
Yes, of my
transport,
bed.
is the local transportation system. It's very good. The one thing I like about my hometown is the market. It's
Good
very,
educational facilities.
Yeah.
you can speak on anything. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Komalpreet, what is the one thing you dislike in your friend? No, anybody can answer. Like it's wasting time if I'm waiting for the student to come in. What was my question? What is the one thing you dislike in your friend?
If the friends talks lie, for this is our.
You should pick up the answer correctly, Dharman. That is why I'm taking up this task.
Yeah, ma'am,
The
I would
one
like
thing-
to give
Yes, yes, answer it. Yes.
Yeah, there are many things which I don't like about my friends, but the main thing is that she is so talkative.
She's very
And
talkative. Very
yeah, okay, she is very talkative and I get bored most of the times.
See, talkative nahi hai, it's talkative. Talkative. Okay.
Talkative.
Talkative.
Okay.
Very
Yeah.
talkative. The one thing I
Okay.
dislike in my friend is her talkative nature. Okay. All the
Okay.
time she's saying something or the other, and sometimes I get very bored. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
you can say like that. Okay. Um, okay. Let me pick up some new questions. What kind of weather do you like the most? Gagan?
Yes, ma'am. I like pleasant weathers the most. The weather which it and these pleasant weather comes in the month of March to April in our country. So I like these pleasant kinds of weather.
Okay, good. Okay. So what is the difference between weather and climate, Ekta? What is the difference between weather and climate? Anybody?
Weather is something.
We use
Okay, if once the student starts, let her complete. Yes. Who was speaking?
Yeah, ma'am, Gagan this side.
Auntie Gagan. Hello, hello.
Weather is something which comes in kind of seasons like spring season and autumn seasons. So climate is the mode of temperature you have in your country, like summer, winter.
Seasons are climate. Weather is a short-term atmospheric condition, and climate is a long-term atmospheric condition. So seasons will be climate, and hot will be weather. Sunny will be weather. Windy weather. Okay. Rainy weather, but seasons will be summer, winter, autumn, spring. That is climate. Tropical climate, temperate climate. Okay. Weather is a short-term atmospheric condition. Climate is a long-term atmospheric condition. Is that clear?
yes.
Okay. Okay. What do you understand by the term gap year? I'm just asking random questions. One question. Anybody would like to answer. What do you understand by the term gap year?
In my perspective, it
Gap
is
year.
a year when students take a gap after their secondary education to explore the world.
Okay. Okay, Navdeep, very good. Your answer is correct. But you know, this word, pronunciation of this word, I always write in my offline classes, I've made charts for pronunciation. It is not secondary.
Second.
Secondary. Se no do lama hai. Secondary.
Secondary.
Okay, secondary.
ठीक है.
Okay, that is it. Just pronunciation is very important.
All right.
Ma'am,
What
kindly
do you-
spell it, please.
Pardon?
Ma'am, please spell it.
Secondary. Secondary.
No, ma'am. No, gap year.
Gap year. Gap year is a year taken, is a gap of a year taken between the secondary education and the higher education. You know, after +2, some students don't straight away go to the university or college. They take a break of a year. In that year, they either work or they travel. Okay, it is a planned gap year. It is not like taking just to relax. Okay, so it is gap year is a year taken off after
Secondary and higher
after
education.
secondary
After
education.
high school.
Before pursuing the university or the college education, right? Okay, what do you understand by the term remote tourism?
I think remote tourism is a thing that one individual like to visit the remote places, like one like to visit the I southern part of world.
Bolo na.
Remote area, according to
Remote-
me, is the area where there is no facilities.
No. Now facilities
No.
have been developed. Remote tourism is tourism to remote areas like the Arctic, Pole, Antarctic. You know, those areas where normally one cannot go and live forever. The remote tourism is people go to these places just for the fun
Like
sake, for
Sahara
adventure.
Desert.
Pardon?
Sahara Desert is also
Yes,
remote.
yes, you can say Sahara Desert. Remote tourism is going to remote places. Okay, like that. What is what does remote drilling mean? Have you heard the term remote drilling? All these words are used in the essays. All these terms have been used in the essays. All these terms, essays have come. Okay. What is remote drilling?
Research like something. Ma'am.
What is the meaning of, just guess, remote drilling? What do you mean?
Explore a remote area.
No, drilling in the remote areas for oil or gas. That is remote drilling. Okay.
Please
Now
repeat.
drilling in the remote areas for oil or gas, sources of oil. आपको पता ना oil ये खत्म हो रहा है, fossil fuels खत्म हो रहे हैं, पर remote areas में इनके resources मिल रहे हैं लोगों को. So they are drilling in the remote areas. Okay, this is an essay. Remote drilling has become remote drilling word is not used now. Drilling, people drill for oil and gas in remote areas. Do the advantages of this outweigh the disadvantages? Or is this a positive or a negative development? कैसे भी ऐसे पूछा जा सकता है. So remote drilling is drilling in remote area for oil or gas, for the sources of fossil fuels, right? That is remote drilling. Okay, tell me, what do you understand by the term carbon tax? What do you understand by the term carbon tax?
Tax on pollution.
Tax on pollution. You know, tax on pollution causing industries. So they say that they should be asked to pay more taxes because they are causing the pollution. That is called carbon tax. Okay, what do you understand by the term fat tax?
Tax on eatable items.
Tax on fast foods. Okay.
Tax on unhealthy food.
Unhealthy, yes, fast foods and unhealthy food. That is fat tax. Some people say government should have laws like there should be fat tax too, so that people consume less of fast foods. Others say that it depends, it's a matter of personal choice. Discuss both views. Such essays are there. Okay, so it is fat tax. You have to use these terms. Okay, what do you understand by the, okay, what is the term given to given to work that can be done from home through the internet? What is the term given to that?
Telecommuting.
Telecommuting. Okay. Telecommuting. TELECOMMUTING. Not telecommunicating. That is not the term. Telecommuting. Okay. Okay. What do you understand by the term globalization?
Shrinking of world is known as globalization.
That's correct. But I would like to know more about the term. Anybody else? What is globalization?
And apart from that, exporting things from one country to another.
Yes, that is also globalization. Anything else?
Ma'am, like a connection has been developed globally, that everyone can communicate.
Yes, there is global connection among the countries, between the countries. Yes, that is also globalization. Yes. So
Communication
globalization,
between other countries.
the opening of multinational companies is also globalization. Students going abroad for higher education is also globalization. Okay, people doing import and export with other countries is also globalization. So globalization is a very, very vast term. Okay, and the easiest definition that I have made for you students is in 2 sentences. Normally definitions come in 1 sentence, but I have split this definition into 2 sentences and no other definition can be better. I'll tell you why. First sentence is different economies and different cultures of the world are coming closer. This is first half of the definition. This is 1 sentence. The other sentence which I'm going to speak will complete the definition. Okay. So the first sentence is different economies and different cultures of the world are coming closer. Okay. The second sentence is this is because of the faster means of travel and IT revolution. So 2 things which are causing different economies in the different cultures of the world to come closer. These 2 things are faster means of travel and the IT revolution. Okay. Now you will get essays in which these 2 things will be mentioned, which I have spoken in the definition. And then they will ask whether it is a positive or a negative development. Okay. They will say that nowadays everybody can communicate with people in any part of the world and they can travel to other places within hours, what earlier used to take days. Do the advantages of this outweigh the disadvantages? So having strong communication in every part of the world and being able to travel to any part of the world, this is the total definition of globalization. So in short, they're asking whether the advantages of globalization outweigh the disadvantages. Okay. So globalization has around 20-22 essays on this broad topic of globalization in your book. So if you know the term topic as such, you'll be able to answer, attempt all those essays very nicely. Okay. So can you tell me, one student, anybody can speak, who will like to speak?
Me.
Me naam bola karo. Raman. Okay. Raman, you are me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Raman will speak. Raman, tell me one advantage of globalization.
The one advantage, more opportunities for everyone.
Yes, more opportunities for everyone.
Employment sectors, education.
Yes.
And it will also boost the economy of the
So,
country, not donor, but also the recipient.
Yes. So you can say, first point you can speak is that because of globalization, people have choices. And then you can expand this point into a whole paragraph. Learn that. Okay. Making a whole paragraph out of a single point. Okay. That is called the prep method of writing a paragraph. Have you heard of the PREP method? Prep method? Prep method hota hai, pehle point rakho. The main advantage of globalization is that people get choices. Then reason why you are saying so. P for point rakh diya aapne. Second is R, reason why you are saying so. Then E is example. And then P is point restated in different language. Got the prep method? Samajh aa gaya? PREP method. So here you will say, we have got 1 point. 1 point that we have is that globalization gives people choices. Okay. Now you have to give the reason. You can say Earlier, there were very few things available. Let us take the example. Now you have to put the example. Let us take the example of tomato ketchup. Earlier, only there was Kisan tomato ketchup available in the Indian market. But today we have Del Monte, Heinz, ek do aur naam, Cremica, Maggi, and so many other tomato sauces available, right? You can give the example of television. Earlier, कितने ब्रांड होते थे टीवी के? हमने छोटे होते बेलटेक और टेक्सला ये देखे थे नॉर्थ इंडिया में. तो अभी आज कितने हैं?
बहुत सारे सोनी
आज देखो है ना, सैमसंग, एलजी, पैनासोनिक, so many more. Okay, so this is about choices, and then that so globalization in fact has increased the choices for the people, and people can buy anything from any corner of the world. So this point, reason, example, point, in the essay you can make one whole paragraph from one point. Sometimes students don't have points to write, but one or two points are enough to write a whole essay. Okay, if you can expand like this, right? Okay, another advantage of globalization. Yes.
ਮੈਮ ਐਵੇਂ ਪੁੱਛਣਾ ਸੀ ਮਤਲਬ ਜੇ ਇੱਕ ਪੈਰੇ ਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਪੂਰਾ ਐਕਸਪਲੇਨ ਕਰਤਾ ਐਂਡ ਸੈਕਿੰਡ ਪੈਰੇ ਚ ਆਪਾਂ 2 ਪੁਆਇੰਟਸ ਪਾਤੇ ਤਾਂ ਇਦਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਪੈਰੇ ਚ ਇੱਕ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਨਹੀਂ, ਬਿਲਕੁਲ no issue at all. Okay.
ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਮੈਮ.
Okay, now second advantage of globalization is you can say economy. Now under economy you can expand it in even in 2 paragraphs. How is economy affected by globalization? You can say
setting up of multinational companies.
I have muted everyone now. One by one you can speak. There was a lot of disturbance. Okay, so economy. Under the topic of economy, you can take up jobs. Somebody just spoke. Multinational companies have opened in many parts of the world, so people are getting jobs. Okay, everybody's economy is boosting, and then economy, national economy also, because these multinational companies are paying taxes to the government. Jis country mein khul rahi hai, us country mein taxes de rahi hai. Okay, they are also fulfilling their corporate social responsibility. They are also doing something for the environment. So and they are helping the government by giving taxes, by paying taxes. So economy is boosted. They are giving jobs. So individual economy is also boosted, and the overall economy of the nation is also boosted. Okay. Another advantage of globalization is opportunity of culture exchange. Okay, you can note down just these points. You can expand each point into one paragraph. You will not run short of ideas. Okay. Are you finding this class okay or boring?
They are too interesting.
So much valuable, man.
I am not
Exactly.
discussing cue cards today, but we are generally doing speaking also, and we are killing 2 birds. We are also doing the writing topics, right? So,
Yes, ma'am.
So opportunity of culture exchange. How can you expand on that? How can you expand on culture exchange?
People from different countries work in one roof. They get to more chance to communicate and know about culture.
Yes, Raman, very good. And when these people get jobs in multinational companies, that is one point. Also, when people travel to other countries, they learn about the other cultures. So culture exchange opportunity is there, right? Now we come to the disadvantages of globalization. Advantages we have done. We have done economy, we have done choices, we have done culture exchange, right? Now we come to the disadvantages. इन्हीं 3 points को लेके disadvantages बनाओ. Choices के साथ क्या disadvantage बनेगा? Choices तो दे रही है globalization, but what is happening?
People are confused what to buy.
What?
They don't know which product is right or wrong.
No, not this way. This is not the right way.
Dumb.
The local businessman is dying.
Yeah.
Beltec कहाँ गया टीवी? टेक्सला कहाँ गया टीवी? मर गए ना? Local businessman cannot compete with these multinational giants. Okay? एक तो ये हो गया. और बताओ, ये तो हो गया आपका जो choices का है. So ultimately, you are forced to buy the foreign brands and the foreign things. Okay. Jobs की हमने बात करी थी. Jobs में you can say negative that MNCs have opened and they are giving jobs, but they are exploiting our people by underpaying them. You know what they have to pay in their country to each worker? They are paying much less than that. So in a way, they are benefiting themselves, right? Have you understood the point?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes, ma'am.
third point was being able to travel and culture exchange. Now, culture exchange, negative point kya hai iska? What is the negative? Local and weak cultures are
Diminishing.
dying out. Yes.
They are the dead.
Yes. So, you know, this is a very easy way. अब आपको globalization के points आ गए. You have about 22 odd essays of globalization. And if you know these points, you pick and choose आपके essay में कौन सा point fit होता है. Supposing I give you an essay, food travels thousands of miles from the farm to the consumer. Some people say it is good, other people say it is bad, and people should only eat locally produced food. So do you agree or disagree? Now, when it talks about food, the disadvantage of food being transported, you can talk about pollution also. Pollution होती है ना जब transport होती है चीजें, by road, by rail, or by sea, whatever way they are transported, it leads to pollution. ठीक है, बाकी points किसी में से चुनो.
Disadvantages, brain drain is also a problem.
Brain drain is also a problem of, yes, you can talk
And
about
people
very
are living
briefly.
far away from their home.
Yes, that is also, see, you should is that is why I just gave you 3 main points. You have to prioritize your points also, but then you can expand to these points also, what you're saying. That is all correct. It's a very broad topic, right? That is also correct. What is brain drain, basically? There is an essay on brain drain also in your book. Okay.
From moving from to developed countries, like
the
doctors,
skilled labor from the developing countries is moving to the developed countries, okay, for doing work. That is called brain drain. Got it? And okay, so we have discussed globalization. We'll discuss international tourism. What are the positives and the negatives of international tourism? The first talk about the disadvantages of international tourism. Okay.
Tourism has negative effect on natural environment.
Yes, environment पे तो negative है ही है, because pollution होती है, जितनी भी flights हैं, they cause pollution. They use fuel and they cause pollution. Okay, so that is one disadvantage of international tourism. Another disadvantage.
Another is it destroys the beauty of beaches and hotels.
Okay, you can say. Because many people go to these places and they throw litter here and there, so it destroys the natural beauty of these places.
Ma'am, apart from that, ma'am, it also led to increase in the prices.
Okay, hotels and all become very costly. Yes.
Illegal immigrants.
Why aren't you coming to the main point?
Crime. Local businesses.
Yes, crime is also a negative point. When there is a lot of tourism in such places where tourists are plenty, there is a lot of crime, you know. And one of our friends in Pattaya, Bangkok, Thailand, we were there in Pattaya, and he went out for a walk, and there was a, you know, some foreigner couple over there. They came to him and they say, "Oh, you are Mr. Singh, you are from India." I says, yes. He felt very proud. Yeah, they have come to talk to me. Wow. Then, okay, can we see some Indian currency? We have never seen Indian currency. So, you know, he very proudly took out the money from his pocket. See, this is a 500 rupee note. This is a 2000 rupee note. This is 100 rupee note. This is 200 rupee note. And that person holds that money in his hand and he, you know, starts to like fiddle with it and returns it. Okay. And on coming home, he comes to know that 5,000 is less. so that is what happens. That is haath ki safai. Okay. That is what. And crime. Pardon?
Bagging. It promotes bagging.
Yes, like that also you can say. But what, why aren't you talking about the main points? Disease, spread of disease. You can talk about swine flu, bird flu, COVID. Okay, ये कोविड क्यों इतना फैला? चाइना में ही रह जाता अगर इंटरनेशनल टूरिज्म ना होता, है ना?
Ma'am, we can say illegal immigrants.
Illegal immigrants also, yes, they come and they don't go, and then they just they work under the table. They don't officially, they can't work, but then they stay in that country. Okay. Then there are so many essays that it creates tension among people, international tourism, because the tourists don't respect the local culture. They don't do as the local people do. Supposing there is a country in which people don't like their women to wear revealing clothes, okay, and the tourists come in mini skirts and wear revealing clothes, people of that country will not like it. Okay, so like that also it can create tension.
Culture influence.
Huh?
Then Western culture influence.
Yes, and the local cultures are diluted. There is this essay, international tourism leads to prejudice, makes people prejudiced rather than broad-minded. Remember, we discussed this essay. Prejudiced word is there. So why are people prejudiced? Because tourists don't respect their culture. Tourists are using, natural resources, and local people don't have fresh water to drink. Like that, there are points because of which many people don't welcome the tourists. Okay, so these are the points for that. Okay, now you tell me, one of my students got a cue card. Describe a national event you celebrated, like that, something like that, right? Let me check. I don't remember now which student had shared with me. Okay, anyways, so in that the follow-up questions was why public events are celebrated, why do people name these public events, so charity organizations. So all the essays in your book related to some people name the national days like no smoking day and all these essays are on my in my guesswork. You might see one of these essays in the upcoming exams. So all those who have exams in the month of May and June, please do all those essays very nicely, right? ਜਿਹੜੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ charity organizations ਹੈ, national days name ਕਰਨ ਦੇ essays ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ, okay, why public events ਵਾਲੇ ਹੈਗੇ, all these essays become important. Okay,
miscellaneous essays are
miscellaneous category, ठीक है? So you should do all these essays very nicely because these essays have been set already. And I don't know which part of the world they will be seen, but they will definitely be seen. That is sure. Okay, that is sure. Okay. So, okay, now let us do one more topic. Let us take up the topic of animal experimentation. Some people are for it and some people are against it. So what will be the points for animal experimentation? Anybody? Gopi,
we can easily come to know about the disease.
Pardon, speak where?
We can easily come to know about the medical disease.
नहीं, animal experiment disease का कैसे पता चले? You'll say that the new drugs should be tested on animals. That is animal experimentation before administering to the humans. Okay, so that if there are any side effects seen in the animals, then they will not be given to the human beings. Okay, then you can give the example. See, prep method, with this one point you can make a whole paragraph. What is the example for this? There was a drug, thalidomide. Have you heard of that drug?
Thalidomide.
Yes. That drug was given to women with vomiting of pregnancy, and all the babies born had seal-like limbs. That was the year 1952. By the time it was known that this drug is responsible, a lot of harm had been done. Okay, so that so then it was withdrawn. But by the time a lot of harm had been done and many children had been born. Okay. It was immediately withdrawn from the market. It was banned, right? So one point is animal experimentation advantages that the new drugs can be tested on animals before administering to the human beings. Second advantage, when you have to see the effect of any drug over generations. अगर आप आज किसी को ड्रग देते हो और देखना चाहते हो कि उसकी कितनी पुश्तों तक इसका असर जाता है, when you have to see the effect of any drug over generations, it is only possible on animals because they have a short lifespan, 3 to 4 years. Guinea pigs, they live for just 3 to 4 years. So if you have to see the effect of any drug over generations, you have to use such animals. You cannot test on human beings. Understood?
Yes.
Okay. And another advantage, any other advantage of animal experimentation? Mainly these two advantages are there. So what are the disadvantages of animal experimentation? Why are people against animal experimentation? Let me put it that way. Why are people against animal experimentation?
We have no right
Animals
to.
will die in life.
Yes, animals are
cause harm.
sentient beings. Okay, they also feel pleasure and pain. They may not be able to speak and tell you, but they feel pleasure and pain. So we have no right to disturb them. Secondly, animals
They
are
are
not
also
humans.
fertile.
Animals are not humans. If there is any side effect of any drug on animals, it may not be the same on the human beings. So there is no fun testing on animals. And then third point which they give is that today technology is very advanced. You have computer simulated experiments. Computer simulated experiments. And so there is no need to do experiments on the animals. Okay. So this is an essay on animal experimentation. There is another essay on animal exploitation. Exploitation. So what is animal exploitation? What does it mean?
Vanishing out of species of
Oh,
animals.
no. That is animal extinction.
Abuse of animals.
This is, yes.
Using of animal in
Animal
certain ways.
exploitation is शोषण करना किसी चीज का. So animals का शोषण, using animals for your own selfish motives. Okay.
Like
Using
making
animal in
bags.
circus or zoo.
Making bags
Yes,
of
animals are
leather.
used for food, for clothing. Okay. And animals are used for taking work. Okay. So like that. So how for then you this is the essay that some people say we should not use animals for food and for animal experimentation, for experimentation and for clothes. Do you think animal exploitation is justified? You can say I don't think it is justified. We can do without animal products. Then you can talk about animal experimentation and say that we have computer simulated experiments. We don't need to experiment on animals. Then you can talk about that people like to wear leather shoes and leather jackets, pure leather shoes and pure leather jackets. But nowadays, faux leather is available. You know, faux leather, you can hardly make out it is not true leather. Okay, it is artificial. It is not true leather, but it looks like leather. It is faux leather. And what are the spellings of faux? Aman?
I don't know.
F-A-U-X. F-A-U-X. Okay, faux. So you have faux leather available. Okay. Just wait. Just see this. F-A-U-X. Faux. Artificial, but intended to look or seem real.
Faux.
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 Faux. Faux leather. Okay.
His accent was so faux.
His accent was so faux. Okay. अब फॉ एक्सेंट ही मैंने पहली बार सुना. एक्सेंट भी फॉ हो सकता है, जैसे हम लोग जाके अमेरिकन की तरह बोलने की कोशिश करें तो फॉ ही लगेगा ना वो. ठीक है. So that is accent was so faux. Okay. So that is about the animal exploitation. We can also do without animal products in food and vegan, you know, एक तो vegetarians होते हैं, non-vegetarians होते हैं जो meat खाते हैं, एक vegetarians होते हैं जो मीट नहीं खाते पर बाकी सब कुछ खा लेते हैं, एनिमल प्रोडक्ट्स खा लेते हैं जैसे दूध अंडे वगैरह खा लेते हैं, और एक होते हैं वीगन्स, VEGAN, यू नो वीगन्स, वो एनिमल प्रोडक्ट्स भी नहीं यूज करते, ओके, दे डोंट इवन यूज एनिमल प्रोडक्ट्स लाइक मिल्क, ब्लैक टी पियेंगे, ओके, ओनली प्लांट बेस्ड डाइट है उनकी, ठीक है।
कई साधु संत ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਵੀਗਨ।
हाँ जी,
मैं ਕਿਹਾ कई साधु ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਵੀਗन।
साधु, ओके, I don't know about sadhus. Okay, where is the basic file which I had shared with you? What can you look at? You can look at the dictionary.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is the file. Okay, so that is about the animal exploitation, and then we have animal extinction. Okay, animal extinction is another hot topic of IELTS, which is very, very common. And what is the meaning of animal extinction?
Dying out.
Animals are kept in a zoo.
No, zoo is not extinction.
Sorry, extinction. Okay.
Extinction is dying out. Now there are so many essays based on animal extinction. Some people say that many animals and plants are dying out. Some people say that we should save those animals which are beneficial to humans. So should we save only those animals or should we save all animals? Should we save
all animals? Pardon? Particular species are being destroyed due to some like weather changes.
Yes, yes, that is extinction. Yes. So
and by human.
Yes, yes. Should we save only those animals which are useful to us, or should we save all animals? That is my question.
All animals should be saved.
Why? Now do the points for this essay.
To
Why
maintain
should
the food
all
chain?
animals be saved?
Yes, food chain.
Yes, they are part of the ecological
chain.
If any link of this chain dies out, then the whole chain is disturbed. Whole chain breaks. Okay? Then give example here. The easy example which I have given in one of my essays is of the bats. You know, bats are on the verge of extinction. Bats eat, what do bats eat? Insects. So if bats go into extinction, what will happen? There will be so many insects. And what will insects do? They will eat our crops. And we will have nothing to eat. Have you heard of tiddy dal?
Yes, ma'am.
So they really come and they eat away the crops overnight, if you know about that. So so that is why bats are also essential. और वैसे आप सोचोगे ना, bats हमें थोड़ी bats से कोई मतलब है, bats मर भी जाएंगी तो क्या फर्क पड़ेगा? बहुत फर्क पड़ेगा, ठीक है? Then in another essay, I have given the example of the grey wolf. Grey wolf, Yellowstone National Park में grey wolf की जो numbers थे, they declined. So grey wolf became endangered and it was on the verge of extinction. Okay, and then they restored the number. But what happened when the grey wolf declined? Grey wolf क्या खाता है? Elk हिरन जैसा जानवर है. अब grey wolf का नंबर कम हो गया तो elk का नंबर बढ़ गया. So elk increased. Now elk क्या खाता है? Trees. तो जितने ट्रीज थे ना स्प्रिंग उसके बाद झरने के बाद साइड्स पे सारे ट्रीज इन्होंने खा लिए, बिकॉज ये बड़े ज्यादा हो गए. अब ट्रीज खा लिए तो झरने का पानी जो ट्रीज की वजह से ठंडा रहता था गर्म होने लग गया. सो बिकॉज दैट वाटर बिकेम हॉट, तो जो उसके अंदर जो फिश वगैरह थी, बीवर्स थे, वो मर गए. डक्स वगैरह भी कम हो गई वहां पे, ठीक है. सो वंस द ग्रे वुल्फ नंबर्स वर रिस्टोर्ड, all these animals came back to life and the trees also came back to life. So you can give that example. This is a lengthy example. You can give the example of bats, which is a small example but very befitting for this essay. All right. So I did not do any cue cards today because I'll be having extra class on speaking as I come to know about the cue cards. Okay, as soon as I come to know about the cue cards, and we'll discuss all of them. Normally I take only one class of speaking per week, but I'll hold any extra class. Please keep on sharing if you come to know of any cue cards, and please share the source from where you got it. I would appreciate if any of your friends has taken the test and got a cue card. Don't take from any site on the net, because there is no authenticity, honestly. Okay, so just tell me if any of your friends has taken the speaking and she got this cue card or that cue card. Then we'll discuss those, right? Okay, then see you.
Okay.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you,
11.
ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. Good night.
Bye.
Bye. Good night, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.